Let's talk about Russell Wilson and the Atlanta Falcons. This right here would be a perfect fit for both sides. Russell Wilson is scheduled to be released by the Denver Broncos in the next couple months because they want to save money on cap space, and he doesn't fit Sean Payton's system. And Russell Wilson's not the same quarterback that he was 4 to 5 years ago for the Seattle Seahawks. We saw him this season. He looked very solid. 26 passing touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. You put him into the situation with the Atlanta Falcons, you have Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier, two very good running backs. The Denver Broncos did run the football effectively enough at times with Javonte Williams, but you look at the running backs that the Atlanta Falcons have right now, Bijan Robinson is very good. 976 rushing yards on the season, 4 rushing touchdowns. Tyler Algier, a very good running back as well, 683 rushing yards on the season and 4 rushing touchdowns. And just a year ago, Tyler Algier had over 1,000 yards rushing. That's why I question the decision of drafting Bijan Robinson, because you already had a dominant rushing attack. You put Russell Wilson around a solid offensive line, you can be in a very good situation. You're not going out there asking Russell Wilson to get you over the hump. You're asking him to come in and basically be that elite game manager for you that he was early in his career with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I'm not saying that the Atlanta Falcons defense is that great, but their defense is very good. And now you're bringing in a defensive head coach. I expect for it to be better. And that's one thing that Raheem Morris has been good at. His past tenures as a head coach haven't been great. But as a defensive coordinator, he's one of the better defensive minds in the NFL. And this is a team that had the 11th total defense in the NFL and the 8th passing defense in the NFL as well. And it would have been higher if Desmond Ridder was not throwing interceptions and having dumb fumbles. The same way with Taylor Heineke. They would have had more wins on the season if it did not come down to the offense letting down this defense over and over again. The defense was very good this season. And you put Russell Wilson around these elite weapons like a Drake London, like a Kyle Pitts, you can be in a very good situation. Now, it's going to come down to Zach Robinson. Because we can come on here and say, if they get Russell Wilson and get all these pieces, it doesn't matter if the play calling doesn't match up. We saw that last season. This was a team that did not have the right play calling on the offensive end with Arthur Smith. That's why he got fired, and they did not have the right quarterback. They need to get the quarterback and the offense of play calling situated. Because if they can do that, this could be a dangerous team in the NFL. And this team has been stuck ever since they blew that 28-3 lead against the Patriots. Something hasn't been right with this franchise. They made the right decision off of moving off of Matt Ryan, because as soon as he went to the Indianapolis Colts, he looked completely gone away. And they made the right decision moving off to Julio Jones as well. So they're moving off of guys right before they regressed. But at the same time, they've been stuck in this holding pattern to where you have good weapons, but you don't have that one main consistent piece. And that's the quarterback. You saw Marcus Mariota was not a good quarterback with this team. Desmond Ridder was supposed to develop underneath Marcus Mariota. That didn't work out. He played the last 4 games of his rookie season. He looked okay throughout the entire season. This season, he was infuriating to watch. Has decent speed, has a big arm, but the accuracy is not there, and the decision making is terrible. He has more career turnovers than he has career touchdowns up to this point, and that's not good enough. And Taylor Heineke is a solid backup. But when I look at Taylor Heineke, he's a gunslinger, and his accuracy isn't there either. They need a quarterback that can come in, make the right decisions, that's smart, and has a tough pedigree. Russell Wilson has been to 2 Super Bowls, has won 1, and Russell Wilson doesn't look horrible anymore. And we saw that this season. Russell Wilson can still be a solid quarterback in the NFL. No means am I saying that he's going to come to the Falcons and make this team a Super Bowl contender. But you put him into this situation, you draft a guy to develop underneath Russell Wilson, or just have him be that bridge quarterback, you can be in a very good situation. He's better than Marcus Mariota. He's better than Taylor Heineke. And he's better than Desmond Ridder. And Russell Wilson has played better than most starters in the NFL today. So going out there and trying to pursue Russell Wilson, there's no shame in that. I think that Russell Wilson does have a lot left in the tank as an elite game manager. If you want him to take over an entire game, you may be in a lot of trouble. That's when things get dicey, because we saw what happened against the Patriots. We saw what happened against the Detroit Lions. He can't fully carry the offense on his back, but he doesn't have to with this team, because you have those elite playmakers. And Drake London is his type of wide receiver. Look at what he was doing with DK Metcalf. Look at what he was doing with Courtland Sutton. And I'm not saying that Drake London is on the same level as those guys, but Drake London is very good. He had 10 catches for 150 yards against Tampa Bay Buccaneers a couple of months ago. Then after that, they completely phased him out. Russell Wilson's going to make sure that he eats. The same with Kyle Pitts as well, because Kyle Pitts has been very underwhelming with this Atlanta Falcons team. And it's not all on Kyle. He hurt his knee a season ago. He missed majority of the season. The year before that, he had over 1,000 yards receiving, and he had just one receiving touchdown with Matt Ryan. He would benefit a lot from Russell Wilson being on this team, or just a good veteran quarterback being with this team as well. This team is not far off. And you look at the defense, like I mentioned before, they have very good defensive players. Calais Campbell may retire after this season. We don't know. But 6.5 sacks on the season, 1 forced fumble. He was getting to the quarterback. He was stopping the run as well. David Onyemata is a very good defensive tackle, 4 sacks on the season, 2 forced fumbles. And they did all of that with Grady Jarrett missing majority of the season, dealing with a knee injury. And Grady Jarrett was the best defensive player on this team last season. You have Jesse Bates right now, who is the best safety in the NFL. Jesse Bates just had an all-pro type of year. 3 forced fumbles, 6 interceptions on the season, 11 pass deflections, and 89 solo tackles. He was the leader of this defense this season, the most consistent player on the entire team. Clark Phillips is a very good cornerback with this team, and you guys know how I feel about AJ Terrell. He's a very good slap-on corner as well. And Bud Dupree found a way to get to the quarterback a lot this season. 6.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. They don't have that one dominant edge guy that's going to go out there and get 12 or 13 sacks on the season. They don't have a TJ Watt, a Myles Garrett, or a Michael Parsons, but they have a lot of guys that can get you. They have consistent pressure because the guys that are on this team. And they still have a tough time bringing down the quarterback at times, like how they had a couple months ago against the Arizona Cardinals. No one could go back there and sack Kyler Murray. But you look at what the pieces that they have, guys like Caden Ellis, Bud Dupree, Calais Campbell, it's a group effort with this team. You also have Arnold as well with this team, who's a solid pass rusher at times. They do good things on the defensive end. Their defense would have been in a better situation this season. We can go back to the first game this season when they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had that game in the bag. They should have won that game by 2 to 3 touchdowns if Desmond Ridder did not fumble the football 3 times. It's the fumbling with Desmond Ridder. You can still try to go out there and develop Desmond Ridder, but he's not a long-term starter with this team right now. He could get better. You say, hey, he's just a rookie. He'll get better. But why not go out there and still talk to a veteran like Russell Wilson that's been to the playoffs before, that has led a team to the Super Bowl before, and he's also been in that game manager role as well. You don't want Russ to cook too much with your team, but Russell Wilson would be better suited with a team like the Atlanta Falcons. I know that it's other people out there saying, hey, the Steelers should talk to him, other teams should talk to him. The best situation is right here. It's Georgia. It's that run game that they have, and it's the pieces that they have around. But let me know in the comment section below, how do you guys feel about Russell Wilson possibly being on the Atlanta Falcons? If you don't want Russell Wilson to be the starting quarterback with this team, what should they do in the NFL draft? Or should they run him back with Desmond Ridder? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, when each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. God bless. Peace.